Hello, friends of Komodo platform. Hello, friends of Pirate Chain. Hello, friends of Bitcoin and crypto price charts. I'm Giuliano. It's the 6th of November, and I'm here to share the screen with you. Let's look at some price charts. Thanks for being here. Oh, yes, I'm on this crypto charts section here. I'm using getaurox terminal. And well, a couple of notes here. Origin trail blazing right back up. My goodness, what a day. What a day. A 50% day today. Is that about right? That's about right. Oh no, 30% daily, 40%, 45%. You know, if we're counting wicks to wicks type of thing, but wow, what a candle. So sorry, I misspoke there about the 50%, but in terms of candle closing, I mean, there's potential to close at or above the highs of previous. So this is quite a move. Now, maybe this is part of a bigger pattern here with maybe something happening like that, or maybe we are continuing our impulse. And in fact, maybe the 3 is happening over here. Yeah, so that's origin trail. But one thing I wanted to note was based on, let's go to the weekly to get this clear. Wow, based on the previous price action, we had this rectangle laid out, and also based on the previous price action here, 1-to-1. So it's interesting that on the daily, the candles, I should say here, found their support right there, right at the lower end of that band, this zone at closing prices. Of course, the intraday prices was a bit lower. So interesting times here. I wonder if we are going to in fact close this. I'm getting the sense it's the UTC time frame of 2200 UTC, 2230. So I think, you know, we have 90 minutes left in the day, and I don't know if this will hold it, but what a move. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll go beyond it. And in a weekly time frame, look at this. In fact, we are finding potentially that the week will close higher. That's incredible. And we are fighting at these previous all-time high prices here, trying to stay above it. Okay, so that's quite the interesting thing that's happening. So I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to put a horizontal line here because this is the line that says previous all-time highs are not they're not in play. We're above those previous all-time highs. But anyway, it'll be a while before getting above, retesting. So this is weeks in the making. That's going to continue here. We just made an impulse. Who knows? Maybe you get even a higher impulse. But there's weeks in the making of really confirming this level here as your new all-time highs on a closing basis for a weekly candle. That makes sense. So that's tomorrow. Today's a Saturday. Tomorrow is a Sunday. So we'll check that out another time. All right. Now, what do we want to see here? I just want to get to that. Oh, wait. I wanted to show also. So on the daily, interesting action. Okay, we take it to the lines. And if we take it to the 4-hourly, we can see actually now we're starting to find resistance at this level here. So 4-hourly might not be as bullish. However, maybe that's because it's showing more subdivisions and more information, like in terms of closing candles, higher prices, in the sense that it'll still play out as a longer term bullish correction pattern, you know, basically a correction within a bigger bullish uptrend. So that's a heavy possibility. All right, so there you have it. However, the bigger possibility in my mind is here was your top, and now we are just fighting to find new resistance, and then we will figure it out. So if that is the case, I'm looking at what type of retracement was this on this wave? Oh, that was a good one, 61.8% retracement, yeah. All right. I think that's it for the origin trail price chart. Oh, let's go to the weekly. Done. And the other one I wanted to show is XYO, which also made a big fast move up and is now trying to close much higher on the daily than it did previously back in September. And what a move. I mean, made it all the way down, bounced up, came back down to this band, that type of zone, and then shot right up. That's quite the move. And I want to recognize what kind of retracement is this. Just about 61.8 on a closing basis from there. We take her there. So 61.8. And if we go from the bottom of this wave, it's not even a 61.8% retracement from all the way since the previous lows of long-term lows. Interesting. That's very strong for XYO, I would say, wouldn't you? So good job, XYO. Now, I'm done with this for now. We want to take a look at the Bitcoin price chart. Bitcoin price chart on the daily is, okay, we had this triangle, potential triangle going, but now we've gone down from this previous high here back on 2nd November. So we're just going to hold it down to that 2nd of November high for now. Maybe we make a smaller time frame triangle or not. Maybe this is not a triangle at all. Okay. In fact, it's pretty stubby for a triangle at this point, although we would be in the C wave. So it could take us something like this, but so there is that potential. We'll see what happens. That's your BTC on a daily. On a 4-hourly, not much difference. Similar kind of idea. Get rid of this trend line now. All right, so there's your 4-hourly candle. Sorry, candle chart. If you want the candles, here are the candles. There you go. Fighting this level here, which is around the $61,000 range. Okay, now we move on to our friends at the KMD against the BTC price chart. And on a daily, we look like we are rejecting at, whoops, I don't want to do that. On a daily, it looks like we are rejecting below this upsloping trend line again. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow is a Sunday. That will determine where the price closes. So if the daily candle tomorrow can be higher than, let's say, 1694. So if we can make 1700 Satoshis tomorrow, I think that's decent. And it will also mark a higher low compared to the previous lows, which were lower than the lows before that. So if we can make a higher low, that starts a new potential trend. We haven't quite made higher highs yet than the previous high here back in 22, 23 October. So that's really it for the KMD on the daily. Hovering below the 20-day moving average. And we want to get above that and hold it. On the weekly, engulfing on the bearish end. Let's see what this can close out on the weekly, but not looking very sexy. But who cares? You know, it's not about sexy. It's about just getting the job done. If we can keep making lower lows, then we're getting the job done. All right, that's the KMD price chart. Oh yeah, and also if we can hold it above this upward sloping line, then yeah, exactly. We're just getting the job done barely. Okay, let's move over to Pirate Chain price charts. Lower than yesterday, but and on a weekly, it's not quite as strong, not quite as engulfing as before, but it still engulfs this one, the previous week. So we'll see how this closes. Also on a daily, trying to hold the 20-day moving average. Popped up top of the Bollinger Band, resistance, resistance at this rectangular zone here, the lower end of it. Retracing back down, trying to find this support. If we can hold this support at 20-day moving average, we are going higher. If we cannot hold support there, there's a heavy chance that we go lower. So just keep your eye on 20-day moving average really at this point, because Bollinger Bands are signaling that within the next week to 2 weeks, it's going to be some sort of decision. That's my guess. And I think maybe even before that, but we'll see. We shall see. Next target is the top of this box, which is about 4,000 Satoshis. All right. That's it on the daily. If you want to look at the 4-hourly price chart, we are, we've made a move up above the cloud, couldn't hold the cloud, back into it, and we touched the top of the Bollinger Band and resistance coming back down, can't hold the 20 period. Here we are at the bottom of it now. Hopefully we here get a bounce off this bottom, which can often happen when you go from one end to the other, like top to bottom or even bottom to top. So we can get a bounce, or at least we can get a holding of this level, try and make it above again, above this 3,300 Satoshis level. There's really 3,400 Satoshis level, 3,400 Satoshis level, and ultimately this right here, 3,450 type of area, and then into the 35s, like just slowly moving up. But let's see if we can get this retracement to end here around nearly 61.8% and then rebound higher. That's a strong move. That's very good. So that's what we're looking for. All right, that's on the power chain, looking to make higher lows on the 4-hourly, significantly higher lows, because then we would be holding levels like this. Okay, we want to be holding in these levels to make it higher for the next bout. So that's your power chain price on the daily, 4-hourly, the weekly, but we'll come back to it for sure. So that's it. I think I'm done here. Just a quick update. I hope you're doing well. And until next time, wishing you love, peace, and happiness. Goodbye.